News at 10. First, the highlights. Lagos State Governor opens Ikeja Red Line flyover to traffic. Nigeria Labour Congress urges federal government to address cash crunch. On the foreign scene, 10 people die, over 12,000 others displaced as heavy rains hit India. Now, and the Sports Nigeria ambassador tasked Rivers United to beat Club Africain of Tunisia at CAF Confederation Cup. Now the details are Dele Agadumo. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has inaugurated the 620 meters Ikeja overpass bridge along the Red Line corridor, the fourth in the first phase by the state government. Governor Sanwo-Olu unveiled the T-Bridge alongside the Governor of Kwara State and Chairman, Nigeria Governors Forum, Abdulrahman Abdulrazak, with a charge on residents to take ownership of the project as government will continue to deliver infrastructure that will ensure the safety of residents and boost their economic activities.
We have prioritized the implementation of our integrated transport system under our traffic management and transportation in our Teams Plus agenda. As a result, we have delivered life-enhancing transport infrastructure that are making life easier for our average Lagosian, so that indeed Lagos can be on the road, on the journey, at ensuring that we can compete favorably with other sustainable, reliant and resilient cities that we have in the globe.
Speaker of the State House of Assembly, Mudashiru Obasa, commended Governor Sanwo-Olu for not abandoning the project, which will impact positively on the lives of residents and reduce travel time around the axis. Commissioner for Transportation, Oluwashiu Oshiemi, noted that the Sanwo-Olu administration is committed to transformative vision to create seamless, efficient transport policies in line with the master plan to ensure Lagosians experience a sustainable system that enhances connectivity in a serene environment. Managing Director, Lagos Metropolitan Area Transport Authority, Lamata, Abimbola Akiajo, stated that the bridge is the fourth in the first phase to be built across the Red Line remaining Mushi Overpass Bridge, which is near completion, while Pensinema, Yaba and Oyingbo have been completed and open to motorists.
This train line will reduce congestion, emission, and facilitate easy movement for our commuters and goods. I want to really appreciate all stakeholders for their cooperation to get us to the point that we are at today.
Our correspondent Adiola Akindele reports that there are other row-level crossings over which bridges must be built in the second phase, with the support of the federal government include Jonathan Coker, Fagba, PWD, Ikeja GRA, Ilukweju Bypass and Fadei. Lagos State Government has officially pulled out former head of service Hakeem Mori-Okola from the State Civil Service. Mori-Okola, who was the 21st head of service in the state, was recently appointed as the principal private secretary to President Bola Tinubu. Speaking at the event held at Adeyemi Bero Auditorium, Alausa, Ikeja, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu commended the selfless service of the celebrant, his level of loyalty, sincerity, uniqueness and dedication to the state civil service, which is ranked the best in the country.
Mr. Mori-Okola, not only did he allow Mr. Deputy and I to settle in very, very well as the 15th governor of the state, he literally handheld us in our first few days and months, because at that time we had nobody, we had no staff, we had no support of anything. Thank you very much for steering and for supporting us to be able to stabilize the governance of Lagos at that time.
Lagos State Head of Service Dele Agadumo thanked God and expressed sincere appreciation and joy for Mori-Okola's various supportive role in delivering efficient public service through commitment, diligence and exceptional leadership.
Lagos State as a benchmark for effective public service delivery among all states in the country. We are confident that Mr. Hakeem Mori-Okola's exceptional leadership qualities recognized through his appointment as the principal private secretary to the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria
Governor Sanwo-Olu, the celebrant, and the new HOS, Dele Agadumo, inspected a parade of honor conducted by officers of the Lagos Fire and Rescue Service, Lagos State Traffic Management Authority, Neighborhood Safety Corps, Vehicle Inspection Service, and the Nigeria Police. The event was attended by Governor of Kwara State, Abdulrahman Abdulrazak, wife of the celebrant, Abisola Muri-Okunla, his mother, Madam Feintola Muri-Okunla, top government functionaries, civil servants, representatives of various trade unions, among others. In his response, the immediate past head of service, Hakeem Muri-Okunla, appreciated God for giving him the opportunity to serve. He also thanked Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu for his support throughout his years of service in Lagos State and expressed appreciation to the entire civil service for their loyalty and dedication. Muri-Okunla commended the state government and other government functionaries for providing a conducive environment for him to thrive, pledging his constant support to the government and the people of Lagos State.
Some of my colleagues in the body of governance, I could never have been successful without your cooperation. I could never have been labeled in all the words and identities that have been used this morning if you didn't allow it. I can only continue to count on you to give the 22nd day service. My successor in office, brother and friend.
Scores of well-wishers, including serving, retired permanent secretaries and family members, gave glowing tributes to the former Lagos head of service. Muri-Okunla was thereafter inducted into the Association of Lagos State Retired Heads of Service and Permanent Secretaries, ALASOS. Speaking at the event, Permanent Secretary, Public Service Office, Sukomi Oyebola, said Muri-Okunla has laid a solid foundation for his successors to build on, carved a niche for himself, and also placed his name in gold. The Yultad is still in force in the state. A statement by the command spokesperson, Yemisi Okwalola, said the measure was to ensure serene environment across the state. Okwalola warned the public to desist from selling, buying, and making use of these items, especially during this Yultad season. And now to the rest of the stories. The Nigeria Labour Congress, NLC, has urged the federal government to address the current cash crunch in the country to prevent hardship on its citizens. In a statement titled Cash Crunch, an Incitement of Nigerians, NLC President Joe Ajaero said the Congress was deeply concerned about the recent cash crunch that had gripped the Nigerian economy, particularly as the nation approached the festive season. According to him, the economic challenge has far-reaching implications on the citizens. Ajaero alleged that the last cash crunch earlier in the year was orchestrated by the ill-conceived and ill-implemented currency redesign policy of the immediate past. He added that the sorrow that brushed the exercise foisted on the citizens was not what Nigerians wished to witness again in 1 year. The Department of Development Control, FCT administration, says it is considering relocating part of Nuwalege community, occupying a portion of Presidential Air Fleet along Airport Road, Abuja. Director of the department, Mukhtar Galadima, made this known during an engagement with the community members. Galadima said the proposed removal followed a request by the Nigerian Air Force, noting that if concluded, between 150 and 200 houses would be demolished in the community, including commercial stores attached to the houses. About foreign news, at least 10 people have been killed in floods after intense rainfall in southern India, weeks after a cyclone triggered intense flooding in the same areas. Hundreds of people are stranded in the state of Tamil Nadu as water submerged roads, with the Air Force dropping 10 tons of emergency supplies to those stranded. Footage showed entire neighborhoods underwater with rescue teams using boats. Tamil Nadu's Chief Secretary Shivdas Meena said at least 10 people have died and 12,600 people were forced to flee to safer areas. In our sports, the Nigeria head of mission in Tunisia, Hakim Falusi, has paid a visit to players and officials of Rivers United ahead of their CAF Confederation Cup match day 4 tie with Club Africain of Tunisia. Falusi, who was accompanied by the head of Chancery in the Embassy of Nigeria in Tunis, Olu Mustafa, visited the players and their officials at the hotel to familiarize and encourage the team ahead of the crunch encounter with the Tunisian opponents billed for the 60,000 capacity Stade de Raids. He was welcomed by the Rivers United General Manager Oke Waluku, Secretary Ahmed Abdulrahman, Technical Manager Stanley Eguma, and NFF representative Ali Cairo. That ends our news at 10. Just before we go, drive responsibly and avoid excessive speed. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms: X, formerly Twitter, Lagos Traffic 961, Instagram, Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Watch us live on Facebook, Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. On YouTube, subscribe and watch all our previous programs and news on our channel, Traffic Radio 961. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration trained 500 unemployed youths in soft skills and job interview program? You can get more details on the Lagos State Government website. To end the news, are the highlights of major stories. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has inaugurated the 620 meters Ikeja Overpass Bridge along the Red Line Corridor, the fourth in the first phase by the state government. The Nigeria Labour Congress NLC has urged the federal government to address the current cash crunch in the country to prevent hardships on its citizens. We also told you that at least 10 people have been killed in floods after intense rainfall in southern India, weeks after a cyclone triggered intense flooding in the same areas. And in sports, the Nigeria head of mission in Tunisia, Hakim Falusi, has paid a visit to players and officials of Rivers United ahead of their CAF Confederation Cup match day 4 tie with Club Africain of Tunis. For contact with the newsroom, send a message to Lagos Traffic Radio at lagos.gov.ng. That ends today's broadcast compiled by Adirayo Iduwalaya. I am Dele Agadumo. Good morning. Thank you for listening.
In a city that never sleeps and traffic that never slumbers. We at Lagos Traffic Radio are always on time with traffic updates as you navigate through the smart city of Lagos. Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, moving Lagos forward.
Pass me the ball, Joe. See, now where the lip come so? Hey, oh boy, which time we get limp with walking stick now?
No, so you have job points. Since that is a dead game, you can't be like, sir, by the time I'm muscle to my boss.
Harry, now say you come the use stick waka like papa. You never hear of Vilicin Balm? Vilicin Balm na brand of methyl salicylate and menthol crystal. We will give you effective and soothing relief from body pain, aches, lumbar and rheumatism, whether na for work or play. Vilicin na effective soothing balm for old and young people of them. Harry, my man.